Girl, you go, Carrie. I'm her biggest cheerleader. Oops. Hello, my delicious book besties. I know. Where have you been, Kirsty? Where have you been? Same old, blah, blah, blah. You're not here for the spiel of where I've been. Let's just get into the books. So, looking back through the channel, I haven't done a reading update since last October. Last October. Wow, and she calls herself a booktuber. No, no, girl, you're not. So yeah, last reading update last October. I had no idea that amount of time has passed since I sat down, spoke to you guys over on here, and just did a reading update. Obviously, I've still been uploading on shorts, but I've noticed a lot of you aren't catching those. So here I am popping up for a long form video and just want to talk about books as the sun goes down. Why not? So, we are in May of this year already, and I've already read 13 books. And if I was to sit here and speak about every single book I've read this year, it would be a long time. And some of them, to be quite honest, are not worth the time. So, I've picked out the book highlights and some of my favourite books of the year, my standout books of the year that I would really just want to have a good old natter about. So, grab a drink. I have a cold one today because it is hot. The first hot day of the year. Sweating. It's sweltering. That's why I'm filming now as the sun goes down, because it's bearable. I can breathe. I can think. What can I? We'll be the judge. So, kicking it off so strong. The first book of the year, no, second book of the year that I read was Fairy and wow, was she a stunner! She blew my mind. So, diving deep into Fairy let me tell you what it's about. We follow Darcy O'Sullivan, and it starts off where her biological father has passed away, and she's surprised to find that she is included in his will. She's never had a relationship with this man. She doesn't know who he is, other than he's a father. But she doesn't know who he is, doesn't even really know what he looks like. But she attends his funeral out of pure curiosity. So she makes the travel back to the small coastal town where he's been living. She has a promise of a fortune. Obviously, she's gonna go and chase this fortune. She's not a well off woman. And a promise of some money? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, girl. We'd all go and do it, really. Wouldn't we? He owes her. He owes her this much. So she goes. And as she's attending this funeral, some bizarre things start to happen. Things go west. She's wondering, where the am I? What is going on in Fairy? As she's in Fairy, she starts to have these strange dreams. And they don't just feel like dreams, they feel like her real life. They feel like her past life. She's dreaming about herself, but in a different setting with a different man, and she's in love. This man, Armin, lived 2 centuries ago. Who is he? Why is he in her dreams? What's happening, and why are the lines starting to blur between her dream life and her real life? This was dark, this was gothic, this was romanticy, paranormal, everything that I love chucked straight into one ride, one absolutely beautiful, memorable book. 6 stars. It's just an all encompassing love story. It brought me to tears. I've been on this crazy journey of trying to find books to make me cry. So I've been picking up lit fic, like these heartbreaking true stories, where actually all I needed to do was pick up a good romantic and bawl like a baby at the end. Like, what? I started this when I was on holiday in Disney and I was reading it in the lines in the queues and just being absolutely just drawn into the world. Couldn't even. I was in Disney for God's sake, and I was being drawn into this fucking book. Like that doesn't speak volumes. Just 6-star banger, banger. Armin, Armin, what a man, what a man. I'm going to talk about a few men in some books. I say a few, two, two men in these books. I need you to fall in love with them too. They're in here. They're in here. But this book, Fairy Tale, it has my heart, it has my soul. It's still my favourite book I've read this year, and we're in May. I read this in January. Just, oh, oh, just words. I can't even, like, the writing, beautiful, mesmerising. You'll be reading this book and literally going, what the hell is going on? And then you read a few more pages and you'll get to understand what's going on. And then, boom, what the hell is going on? But not in a, like, I'm so confused. Just a, what is going on? We was here a minute ago, now we're here. She was doing this, now she's doing this. She was doing him, now she's doing him. Like, wow, wow. Just tension, pining, angst, the yearning. I've never known yearning like it. Like, we all want the books that have the yearning, the romancing, the romance. This is what we long for as those kinds of readers. We want the yearning. This packed it full, start to end, yearning. Oh, the greatest love story, Fairy Tale. I've said it. I've said it. Greatest love story. Fight me. Read it. Fight me. And tell me that it isn't the greatest love story. I beg you. 6 stars. Before I spend hours and hours and hours, this entire video speaking of Fairy Tale, let's move on to the next one. And it's a book that's going to be very familiar with a lot of my followers, if I know you all, which I feel like I do. I read Carrie by Stephen King. Finally, Stephen King's worlds are back in my world. This was so fast paced. It just didn't take me long to read it. I think like I read it in a week. Just because you just want to know Carrie. She's an iconic figure in horror films. I've not seen the film, as yes, I'm one of those people. I want to read the book first. But she is such an iconic character in horror, in film, and in the book. And it really delivered. I had high expectations, as it's one of those very, very famous Stephen King books, and everyone talks about it, and it delivered on my expectations. Just Stephen King's writing, as always, so immersive, really tells a story down to the very, very minimal detail, and you share Carrie's anger. If you don't know what Carrie is about, we follow a teenage girl, and she lives with her mother, who is a very, very religious woman. She's very strict. Carrie is so limited and restricted in what she can do with her life as a teenage girl. And we start the story where Carrie becomes a woman, as you could say. She starts her monthlies and she has no idea what's going on. She's at school, she's in gym, and she can just see that she's bleeding and she has no idea why. She's freaking out, she's screaming, she thinks he's dying. So understandable. If you have no idea what is happening to your body and you literally see red, and obviously the girls in her class know what's happening. Their parents have told them, they've informed them, and they bully her. They really, really aggressively bully her, and Carrie is left distraught. She runs home, and rather than having a mother there with open arms to comfort her daughter and, you know, make her feel better, explain to her what's happening, she's met with a harsh stone figure of a mother just telling her that she's going to hell because this is happening to her. Oh, just just kicks you right in the stomach, like the feels that you have for this girl, this poor girl. So from that point, she just lashes out, and she has her prom coming up, and sort of as like a one of the girls in a class is sort of trying to make herself feel better for her vile actions, asks her boyfriend to ask Carrie to the prom. And yeah, you can guess where this goes. It all just explodes. And oh my god, you expect the unexpected. Carrie goes on a rampage. You go, Carrie. I'm her biggest cheerleader. Oops. Yeah. Carrie really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. I don't really have a lot to say. It was a great story. Fast paced, so honestly thrilling. Because you're like, where's this girl gonna go next? What's she gonna do next? Like, who's in her line of fire next? And yeah, it's kind of got me on a bit of a Stephen King kick. I've read a couple of books after that, but I've now picked up Fairy Tale. Moving on to the next book, we're staying in the horror genre. I picked up The Exorcist House Genesis. Now, this is the second book in the Exorcist House trilogy. I've spoken a lot about the first one on here already, so you should be a little bit familiar with it. If not, please get on it. Please read it if you're a horror fan. Um, Outstanding. As always, Nick Roberts killed it. Killed it with the paranormal. Scared me so bad, made me feel sick. I had to put it down. Actually, there was a one bit involved spiders. So if you have a real bad fear of spiders, maybe sidestep because it's a heavy theme in this one. So we start the book off following Merle, and he's in the first book. So we all recognise him. We know this guy. We start off with Merle, and spoiler here, spoiler alert. I'll tell you where to skip to if you don't want to know, if you've not read the first one. So, we start with Merle, and if we've read the first one, we know he didn't survive the first one. So we pick back up with Merle, and at first you're like, what's this guy doing here? What? And we realise we've gone back in time. Merle is in a mental institute. He's visiting someone, and this someone is going to be heavily involved within the Genesis story. He refers to himself as the Spider. Now, he's inhabiting somebody else. The guy who Merle is visiting isn't who's going to be sticking around, it's the devil that's possessing him. He's going to be sticking around for this one, for the long run. And the spider is going to start spinning his web far. He's going to keep spinning it and spinning it in a sinister web. And a certain family is going to get caught up in this web. Yep, you've guessed it. Daniel and Nora, and their two daughters, Alice and Mayron. Alice is off to college. She's grown up, living her life. And Alice is just this little 3-year-old living her life too, having so much fun. But they're going to get caught up in this web. And it's all down to Adam's brother. He wants a little bit of money. He wants a little bit of money and fame. So what does he do? He buys the Exorcist house. Fucking idiot. Even after Adam's warnings, he thinks, no, this is bullshit. I'm buying that house. I want to be the next Amityville. Yeah. It's like every horror film. You start screaming at the TV because you're like, no, run away, turn back, don't do it. Like screaming, stop it. They don't listen, do they? They don't listen ever. Ever. This book was described as a multi-generational odyssey through hell. Perfect description. Perfect. My spine tingling. I felt spiders crawling all over me. Just the anything that you can imagine from like cult classic horror films, like The Exorcist, for example. Things upside down, crawling, and on the ceiling, just forming shapes, like unnatural shapes that just freak me out. Like shape shifting in general really freaks me out. Like skinwalkers shape shifting. Oof, if there's one thing that's gonna freak me out, this it's gonna be that. But he killed it again. This book, 10/10, 5 stars. Such a brilliant horror book. Any fans of the paranormal, like this one's for you. And it is gory. As I've said before, I don't do well with gore. Really don't like it. But this is like a tolerable level for me of gore. I can cope with it. It's pretty. It's not tame, but I can cope with it. Might have to put it down every now and then. Stick on a bit at The Office or Friends just to calm down. I can cope with it. It's all right. But this, so good. Just again, it's the only book series that ever genuinely scared me. Like, can't read it at night. Will not read it at night. Only a daytime book or lights on book. But I really can't wait to read the final one, which is Resurrection. Highly, highly recommend these books. Just please go watch. Watch. Go read. Go read. If these got made into a film, I'd be all over it. Please, someone pick this up. I can't think of the horror film production company. I can. Is it Bloomhouse? Pick this up. Make it into a film. Even a series. A series would slap. We need more horror series. Yeah. Demons, spooky. Demons, demon dogs, spooky, scary, things crawling. Ugh. Goodness. Now, complete 360 of genres. We're moving on to fantasy. I finally committed to, I think it's the Farseer trilogy. So I picked up the first one, which is Assassin's Apprentice. I picked this up last year in November, first off, and it really wasn't the time for me to read that book. I wasn't ready for it yet, but I re-picked it up and I got it on my Kindle instead. And this was a good choice because I really did fall in love with this book. It wasn't 5 stars. I will preface that by saying it's not 5 stars for me because I've never read anything that's high fantasy, low fantasy, or a political fantasy. I've only really read romantasy, so that's a complete different category altogether. The world building is unlike anything I've ever read. It's so immersive, like tiny details. You're introduced to so many more characters, there's so many more side characters. It's not just, like your main protagonist or like female, male, like none of that. There was at least 6 characters introduced, gosh, by name at least in this book because this is who the main character Fitz was interacting with the most. And it is political. So again, it's the world building, you having to know the politics of everything, why this character is doing this, and the backstory behind the kingdom. And yeah, it took me up to probably about 60% of this book to really sink my teeth fully into it and have the fast pace. But Robin Hobb's writing is beautiful. I would have it on the same level of descriptiveness as Stephen King. It's just the minor details are so important, and I have such a clear picture of this world in my brain. I can't paint, I can't draw, I'm not an artist, but I could paint it and draw it. It's just I can't wait to pick up the second, but I know I will probably not do a good. I would not do this book justice by trying to tell you what it's about. So I'm literally going to read it, because it's a political fantasy. I can't try and sum that up in a sentence. So we follow young Fitz. He is the bastard son of the noble Prince Chivalry, raised in the shadow of the royal court by his father's gruff stableman. He is treated as an outcast by all the royalty except the devious King Shrewd, who has him secretly tutored in the arts of assassin. For in Fitz's blood runs the magic skill and the darker knowledge of a child raised with the stable hounds and rejected by his family. So, high fantasy, epic fantasy. After reading this, I would actually really strongly suggest maybe doing an immersive read, having the audiobook alongside reading it, as I just feel like this would just capture it beautifully. I definitely plan to with the second book, but yeah, blew my mind. I think as well, I would read the physical book and definitely have some sort of tab system going where I can have certain characters picked up. This has got to be a full project, honestly, because my memory, shocking. I pick up a lot of books and 2 weeks later I'm like, what was that? Did I read that? What? What happened? Yeah, not good. Now, last but not least, we've done the horror, we've done the high fantasy. A lot, there's a lot going on for this brain, a lot of dark subjects. I know the cure for this mashed up brain. Smut. Mm, smut. I actually blame my friends for this. I blame my friends 100% because they read a lot of smut and I just wanted to feel included. Just wanted to feel part of the team. So I picked up Bourbon and Lies. Solely based on the cover. Didn't know what it was about. I picked up for the cover. Not afraid to admit it. And Grant Fox. Oh, cowboy boots. Loves his dog. Loves his family. Strong family man. And he has brothers. Yes. Yes. Wolf is my description of Grant Fox. Wolf. That's my description of this book, actually. You don't need to do anything else. Wolf. This was just fun. It was a fun ride. It's nothing mesmerising, outstanding. The writing's alright. It's filth. It's great. It's great. I read smut and romance as palate cleansers in between these horror books and fantasy books, and I just have a good time. And I don't really have to say anything more. But yeah, Grant Fox meets a girl, a lot of backstory, a lot of backstory, a lot of luggage to unpack. But they do it, and it's great. And there's more books about his brothers. It's similar, like setting style to, oh my god, Rebel Rebel Blue Ranch. Rebel Blue Ranch. Wild and Wrangle, Done and Dusted. My favourite cowboy books. Similar setting to those where they focus on each brother, I believe. That's always a good time. But I enjoyed it. Can't look at Bourbon the same. Bourbon, still don't know how to pronounce it. Can't look at it the same. Never look at it the same. Do I want it poured over me? Yes. Yes, I do. Don't even know what it is. Alcohol. I know that much. Great. Fun times. So, if you've stuck around and lasted through me saying woof about 5 times, congratulations. You don't win anything. Just thank you. Thank you for being here. And I enjoyed chatting shit about books for a bit. I really enjoyed it. And let's hope this kickstarts some more from me. If you want to see more from me, if I didn't put you off by saying woof too many times. And yeah, we spoke about books as the sun went down. It's golden hour. I'm gonna go eat some pizza, drink my Diet Coke, have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.